Can you spell deforestation? It's been a while since you have heard, from all of this. I haven't had the time to just make like a regular animation in a while because I just don't really have the time. And I still wanted to post something online, so I figured like, what could I do? And then I realized I have an entire drawer of content in my room. So yeah, I just figured I'd go through and show all these drawings. We got the fire going. Hopefully that won't cause any, problems. So, first off, we got our friends at the 100-acre wood. Gorgeous, aren't they? I was looking at pictures and I just kind of drew Pooh like that, just with a weird neck. I don't know, you tell me. This one right here, I was gonna make a Christmas painting. I just kind of doodled it out on a piece of paper, and then like I got to the point where I made all the colors. I like planned out all the colors on the computer because that's usually what I do with paintings, but I never actually painted it on like a canvas here. You're gonna notice very quickly that most of these drawings don't really have any point to them. They're just kind of me doodling, hence the point of the video after all. I just keep them because I like them. I like the drawings. I like how they look. I relate with this so much. This is me just trying to figure out, like, if I were to ever use Mickey Mouse in my own show, which I can legally do now, what would he look like? It's just kind of me figuring out, like, okay, I want him to still look like Mickey Mouse, but, like, how different can I make him look? And I think I have my answer. Look at the work on those legs. Look at how tall this man is. Oh, he is doing wonderfully. Now right here. Oh, this is a good one right here. Oh, this is a good one. You gotta watch out for this one. This is me testing out like markers. You know how they work? I like how the tree came out. I do not like him. Wow, I'm free from my corporate shackles. This is the drawing I drew, like, the night that Mickey Mouse entered the public domain. This is just me being, like, really overdramatic. God is shining his light down on him. This is just me kind of doodling with my little cat character I have, whose name is Calvin, if you hadn't figured that out yet. Because I haven't said it yet. But I like how these turned out. Is that the Cheesehead Brown Pants? And Cheesehead Brown Pants' best friend. And here we have Cheesehead Brown Pants' hometown. And here we have... I can't even get dramatic. This is so beautiful. I really like how this came out. I don't know why. I just kind of one day I figured, like, I wanted to paint the opening scene from SpongeBob, so I did it. So, like, basically how I did it was that, like, I took a screenshot of the intro, I traced it over on the computer, and then I printed that out, and I traced over that onto a bigger sheet, which is this, and then I just heavily referenced the colors from the intro, and it turned out like this, and I think it looks very nice. Look at it, look at the detail on the Sandman. Look at the detail on that. No flowers. That I love that detail, don't you? I do not want to even ask. Here's just kind of me doodling a whole bunch of random stuff. Like here's Bugs Bunny with Mickey Mouse ears. Here's Porky. I don't even know. There's me. That's like my self-caricature right there. Here's Sonic. I don't know why. Here is Elmo. Anyways, it is the most beautiful subject I have ever seen in my entire life. Well, that explains some things. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And this guy. What do you want, you idiot? Here's Ren. From Ren and Stimpy. And a whole bunch of doodles of him. Because why not? He's kind of fun to draw. So to explain this right here, this is basically like me making fun of the CEO of Warner Brothers right now. His name is David Zaslav. People don't really like him that much because he's like selling off a bunch of like already finished movies before they're released. So I basically just drew this to make fun of him. And I basically just summed up the issue even more right here. They go through all this work to make the movie. And it's not even really, they're not even really making the movie for the people in its current, like, system. They're just making it for the CEO's money. They're making it for their bank accounts. Here I am, testing out muscle, or lack thereof. Although I must say, he is quite ripped. Look at those shoes. Basically, this shoot is just me trying to, like, being all posy and trying to figure out what makes good posing, or just what I think looks good. You know how it is. All my artist viewers, you know how it is. So I don't have to explain it. SpongeBob in real life, and they're all gender bent. I don't know why. I just did it. Gosh, I'm on a piece of paper, Maxie. So yeah, this is basically just me trying to, like, doodle a bunch of the Disney characters. And Tom. That is a distinction. Here's another SpongeBob one. Another SpongeBob painting I did. I did this one before the intro here, just to kind of, like, test how it would look, I guess. Okay, now here's where the magic happens right here. Is all the fake cells I've made. This is the first one I did with this devil guy. The paint job is not so optimal. I don't know how else to say that. And then, of course, we have SpongeBob, our glorious SpongeBob. This looks okay, but a little better, I guess. Here we got the boys together again, forever and always. Mickey Mouse and Goofy. What happened to his legs? I like how the paint turned out. Why is this still? Why does this have holes in it? That is not. Why is this still wet? How does paint work? When is it dry and when is it wet? I don't get it. I'd probably say, out of all the cells I've made, this is probably my favorite one. Tom, from Tom and Jerry. Yet another one I made. I'm not saying I bought any of these. I made all these myself. But I love the colors. It looks like Tom. This is Tom. You know, there are just those times where a piece truly just represents everything, you know? The true terror in his eyes, the complete and utter bliss and unawareness in his eyes. It just speaks on so many levels, you know? Okay, moving on from that terrifyingness, we move on to this thing right here, which I kind of just drew this to kind of just represent my style, what I think my style is. Most of the time you'll notice that I don't really draw like fingers, I just kind of draw mitten hands. When you don't really need the fingers there to describe any like detail, you can get away with stuff like this. That's like a shirt sleeve or a tentacle. That's not an arm, but it works, okay? No one will ever hurt you, and I will make sure of that. So this is when everyone online was talking about the two characters from this one old, like, commercial. And it was so 70s that everyone loved it. And I figured, why not try to draw, like, 70s or 80s stuff, like Schoolhouse Rock. It's basically just me trying to draw Schoolhouse Rock. That's basically what this is. So a while ago, my sister asked me to, like, if I could paint her a picture to go along with all the art she's made, because she has a lot of paintings from her, but she doesn't really have anything from me. So, like, I kind of have to figure out how I would draw them in my style. So, I figured out me, though. Here we have Charles Entertainment Cheese. He's horrifying. But here we have the kid. He has bleach. I don't know why I added that. And here's a sketch for another painting that I did. This time I made it for an auction. I kind of decided to do a thing of like a bunch of deer on the table playing poker. I don't remember how much it sold for, but it was a lot. So I could make that cash, you know? I think this paper really does tell a story. You have Bugs. He's going about his day. He sees something he knows he shouldn't have. He doesn't know how to react. And then he reacts. And then... Moral of the story here is that there's nothing wrong with the world. Everything's fine. There's no one starving or homeless. It's all fun. It's all fun. Well, I mean, if you want to get technical, they didn't have to make a season 7 of Rick and Morty. You know, life doesn't always give you explanations to things. Like, what happened here? Beep beep. Make sure to drink delicious, heart-stopping Coca-Cola, now available at your local retailer. Here we got the man at Cuphead, in all of his glory, or whatever this is called. I'd just like to take the time to appreciate this nice painting job that I did for this. Green. And here we have the cat and the mouse, Tom and Jerry. It isn't until you draw these characters, that you try to draw these characters, that you realize that they're way harder to draw than you may think. Or maybe you're really good, and I just suck. Which, that's a possibility. Here we got a whole bunch of robots. A bunch of cool robot designs. I like how a lot of these came out. We got a wheel guy. We got a gun, a floating gun, a car, this thing, a floating TV. It's like a bag of tools or something. Let's see. Cool beans. And gear. He is the greatest character I have ever created in my entire life as an... Hey, you were the one that clicked on this video. I've seen unspeakable things that no one can explain. There was no ending to the suffering of this. Where'd the years go? So this is basically me just kind of like experimenting with a whole bunch of different stuff. This bird guy, this circle guy, a baby with a martini with a rubber nipple on it. That is important. Here's this guy with a quill. Just something, just a whole bunch of stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. I don't know what it means, but I like it. I guess this is just me trying to figure out a whole bunch of poses for a video I did. If you remember, like a while back, I posted this short of the dog and the cat character on the couch. I basically just sketched out all of these poses first on paper just to get it to look right. And yeah. Okay. Now here is just me kind of trying to replicate like the old Mickey Mouse art style. You know, the old Byworks. And because there's just something about the way that he's drawn in like those older cartoons that just, it looks so nice. Okay, here's another painting I did this time on a canvas. It's a oh my god. Here we have SpongeBob. So, yeah, it looks okay. Next. I will hunt you for the rest of your life. No, I will. Okay, then. And here's me doodling a dog. And yes, that is a dog. But it's just kind of me trying to figure out, like, how I could pose him. Because the way I designed this dog, I feel like his head... It's not easy to move around because it's so, like, it's not really the head, it's just that it's this perfect L shape, so you have to move this L, everywhere he goes. Oh god. So this is me trying to spend, like, an entire night, spend a while trying to figure out how to draw the Nostalgia Critic, and, what do you think? There was this thing I was trying to do a while back where I wanted to try and, like, make my thumbnails more, like, hand-drawn. I inked this on paper. I drew this on paper, I inked this on paper, and then I scanned it, and I used that scan for the outline for the thumbnails. I stopped doing that, but, I mean... It's kind of cool that I did all this for a thumbnail. And then I have like 2 thumbnails that I don't think I ever used for anything. Okay. Here we go into like more of the older drawings that I've done. This is a drawing that I made for Nickelodeon's Nickelodeon Animation's 25th anniversary. Oh, it's 2016. This is 2016. Derpy Baymax. Ha! Here's a Christmas drawing I did. Here, it's totally relatable. It's that moment where Santa gets his toy bag stuck in the chimney because he feels the need to go into the chimney instead of the front door. I remember this is how I used to draw all my characters, with like a circle head, like a tear-shaped body with stick arms, big feet. This is how I used to draw people, and pretty much anything, if you can't tell. After that totally awesome and well-made drawing, here we have this stupid drawing. You could see the marker marks. Honestly, this is pretty darn good. Look at the shadows. Look at the sky. Look at the shining off the mountain and the moon. It's so good. I love it. It's kind of plain though. Here I think I was just making a whole bunch of like food-related characters, like a cupcake, a carrot, a plate of pancakes. We got this the world's skinniest cow. That is the greatest cow I have ever drawn and I ever will draw. This is my peak. This is where I will never be able to beat this. What has Davinci got that I don't got? Probably hearing loss. When did Mickey Mouse become so swollen? Okay, so I don't know why I felt the need to make him like hyped out on all this like Halloween candy, because this is the Halloween theme page. He's got like a Hershey's Kiss stuck to his head, a lollipop stuck to the other. He's got like bags under his eyes. He has a milkshake. He's smoking the pixie sticks. And here's the moment that everyone looks away in terror, because good God, what is that? Morse code, invented by Samuel Morse. What? How? When? Why? When? There? Because. Cat. Yep. Can you imagine, if you just saw this, you're sleeping at night, it's like 10 o'clock at night, you wake up, you hear something, you hear like a sound, and then you wake up, you see this at your bedside. Would you be terrified? Not me, because I'm not scared of nothing. So this is a drawing, you know. Like my sister messaged me one time, like, hey, if I'm watching Gravity Falls, which one of us would be Mabel? And I kind of just like drew her as Mabel with waddles. Here we just got a bunch of little doodles of my chicken character, because chickens are awesome. Not as a snack. I don't mean as a snack. I mean they are. They're tasty. They're delicious. But they're also cool as pets. Like, see? See, this is what I mean. This is cool. Chickens are cool. That is an awesome There's just something about a chicken's head that is so funny. It's just this little itty bitty head on top of a giant neck, and it can squish in, and they're hilarious. Chickens are awesome, man. Listen, if you have chickens on the farm, eat them. But if you're not going to do that, they make pretty good pets too. Me, when I get up at like 1 in the morning to get a cup of ice, crushed ice with a spoon. Does anyone else do that? Or is that just me? Crushed ice in a cup with a spoon is awesome, and I will not have anyone say otherwise. Yeah, here we go. We got more chicken drawings, baby. Oh yeah, chickens are so cool. Oh. Look at this face. This is the face of a monster. Those eyes have no soul behind them. They do not care about you at all. They just see you as the givers, the caretakers. But they do not accept your care, nor do they want it. They just want food. That is all they crave for. They are menaces to society, and I love them. Hey, I don't think those were regular gummy vitamins, man. I don't know what I was doing here, but I mean, I give them fins. Wow, how topical! How topical that you're sending a dumpster fire, a literal dumpster fire. That's topical, guys. Look, it's going straight to the pits of. Wait, what's that word again? Wow, How topical, you guys. The evolution of SpongeBob. From, like, the early, like, concept art SpongeBob to, like, the season 1 SpongeBob. And then to newer SpongeBob. And then, like, the very, like, stiff-looking SpongeBob in the, like, mid-season. And then you got new SpongeBob. Why did I make his belt buckle so big? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Muppet Show. I'm Kermit the Frog, and welcome to the show. That's a very good frog. That is a very nice frog. I love him very much. Hey, Woody. I'm a space ranger. No, you're not, Buzz. What are you doing? You're a toy. What are you talking about? What are you doing here? I'm Mr. Potato Head. You're a potato. Yes, I am. I'm Buzz Lightyear. Okay, so this is basically, like, the first time I think I ever tried to draw myself. But this is basically me with the hair, the glasses. I always wear sweatpants. And I always have a cat on me at all times. Do not mess with me. He will claw you. Or if you're allergic, he will probably kill you. But not by clawing you. Because you're allergic, see? I've seen the light. And it's blinding. Get it out of my eyes. It hurts. Okay. So we got violent. We get a violin with a knife. A bloody knife and a grenade. And a sawed in half, like, violin bow. We got this thing. We got... Oh, of course. Another thing. I don't know why I draw teeth so gnarly. You know, that should really just... It should just be hung up in a museum. That's the only explanation. I swear I don't have an ego. It's just principle. I don't know why I draw so many things so terrifying. Is that an issue? Is that like a problem that needs to be solved? Is there anything that needs to be solved? Is the world perfect? So, if you're looking for something tangible to take away from this video, try deciphering this code. I'm not telling you. And here we have the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister. Just trying to meet, just doodling the gang. They're all here. Dot. I eventually realized the duality of my drawings. Just like, on one end, here you have something completely stupid or horrifying. There is no in between. It's either really dumb or really terrifying. End of discussion. Alright, now here we got a good one. Here we got me just kind of exaggerating the Looney Tunes characters to their absolute limit. If Porky goes any further than this, I'm gonna have to call the police. A while back, I thought about making a sequel to Wacko's meme. You remember that video, don't you? I wanted to make a sequel, but I wanted to really put a lot more effort into it because I made that original video in just a couple of weeks. So I figured, you know what, why not make a sequel? Because I'm a cash-in sometimes. And I had this idea in my head, okay, what can I make a sequel on for this video? And I thought about it some more and I figured, what if one day Wacko just got canceled on Twitter or something? And I had my video idea where Wacko gets canceled on Twitter. He goes through this ultimate state of fear. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I apologize? Do I stand my ground or something like that? I was going to make it at one point, but just it was such an ambitious video that I don't think I really had the time to get to it. The furthest I got along in that video was I had finished some of the layouts. I haven't touched it since then. I still have the storyboards for that video and some of the layouts. So, I mean, if you guys want to see that, I could post it. Here we got an older model sheet for my character, my cat character. He's changed a little bit since then. He's a lot shorter. His eyes are bigger. His hair is longer. He's just a lot more exaggerated basically. This isn't really that useful anymore. Here, we have the epic battle between Coca-Cola and Pepsi for the ultimate soda battle. Will they make it out alive? Let's find out next week on Speed Racer. What?
Chief, it looks like that guy's trying to put money in the bag. Yeah, I'm trying to put money in the bag. Just put it in the bag, Doc. I don't want to put it in the bag. Well, you're gonna have to eventually.
Now here we have some drawings with a bit more symbolism and minimalism, because the 21st century really loves its minimalism, so you have to go with your minimalism. Here we have a man going with a suitcase to somewhere. He's wearing high heels. Why? I don't know. Don't judge. Here we have a guy and some other creature thing hugging. Notice the symbolism of the other man holding this creature thing. I don't know what he's doing. We have a hand turkey, as you can see here. We have a very nice looking kind of test with Sonic the Hedgehog. This looks pretty 3D. That's what I was going for. I was trying to make it look 3D without it looking like a drawing. And I think it looks pretty nice. What do you think? Okay, I know what you're thinking, but I swear I do not have an ego. We got Niku the parrot, my original character, do not steal. I made a Scratch game of this character. If you know the website Scratch, it basically allows you to make easy to make games online. And I made a game with this character. I could probably put the link in the description. It's not complete. It's not really a game. It's just kind of, hey, I made this. If you want to check it out, I'll have the link to the Scratch website below. Title. Here we have some sort of comic here. He's thinking about YouTube. He's got an airplane, and he's back to YouTube, and he sees another airplane, and there's some guy trying to get his attention, I guess. And then he's mad. Then he takes the airplane, and then he's like, then he walks up to the dog. He's just making airplanes by himself, and he's like, what? And he just throws the airplane at him. And then he takes, all these airplanes and he just shoves it, down his throat. Wow. What a punchline. Here we got some pretty decent Tom and Jerry's. Look at him. He looks so nice. Like I said, these are pretty hard to get right if you don't know what you're doing, which I didn't. And these still turned out pretty nice. Then we got Kermit the Frog and a couple turkeys. Maybe it was Thanksgiving. Is that a turkey with a foxtail? Here we got some of the props I've had. If you remember the real Wacko's meme 2, you would remember this. The real one.
Not viewing your meme. Yeah, that is true. I did do that.
This is basically the prop I used for the April Fool's video, the Wacko's meme 2 with Kermit the Frog at the court, and I just put it around his head like this. It does not stay on his head very well. It does not stay on his head, but I still have this. It's because it's a part of my videos, you know? Of course. Here we have another Christmas picture with he's just barely keeping it together. Here we have all the Christmas favorites. We got the elf, we've got Jesus, we've got Santa, we've got an angel, we've got a snowman, we got Rudolph, and we got the little sugar plum fairy, and we got the little gingerbread man. Again, here's kind of just me trying to figure out another character. This time I figured I would make a Pomeranian type character. How would I make an anthropomorphic Pomeranian character? And this is basically how I figured it out. Basically, she just has a beard. That's the solution. She just has a beard And here we have the group photo. Here we have all the characters. And that one, he's gone because he was kind of boring. And then everyone's here, you know? It's perfectly fine. Nothing is wrong. Like I said, nothing is wrong with the world. No one's starving. No wars. Did you know the model for the original Talking Tom was just taken offline? Okay, here's another video idea that I never really got to finish. So basically the joke is that he goes to the store and then he walks down the hallway. He finds a bag of candy, you know, he gets it, he walks off. Heads to the checkout line and then he's talking to the cashier and he's like, "Oh, you got someone you're gonna give this candy?" And he's like, "Ha ha ha, oh, you know it, brother." And then he just goes home and he eats it by himself because he's single and he cries and he watches Titanic. I am hilarious. So, have you seen this criminal? We were in a health class, right? One of the assignments was to make a poster for a bacteria. A poster kind of explaining what this bacteria does. And I apparently was given Bacillus cereus. I don't know, okay? But I made it like this old Western wanted poster. It's pretty cool. I printed it out. I cut up a couple corners. It's pretty nice. Guy. Here he is in all his glory. I don't remember what he was like. I don't even think he had a personality. Why is his mouth on the complete left side of his face? I originally thought that this was going to be oh, this is going to be my legacy. He's going to go up there with the greats. I mean, with these kind of skills, with these kind of fighting skills, who wouldn't want to watch this guy, you know what I'm saying? Here we got his model sheet on the other side. He thinks it's so hilarious. His turnaround? You can't turn around a character like this. His mouth is on the left side of his face at all times. It's always where his eyes aren't, I guess. What is this emotion? Another comic! Hooray! He's looking over the corner. Crack. Snap. He's jumping over the corner. He looks over. He looks into what he sees, and then he sees a fire with some doll in the middle. Hey! He looks over. He's like, what? Mind explaining what is going on here? I'm fine. No, you're not. Yes, I am! And then he goes to therapy, and he's like, okay, fine. No, I'm not. He admits that he needs help. It's a perfect... He's realized his issue. He's narrowed it down. And that's what you do. These comics, I guess, could technically be some of the early origins of my cat character, I suppose. I mean, it's an orange cat with big pointy ears and a little mouth thing. I don't know. But this is basically kind of an origin comic for my characters and how they look now. The dog looks a lot different. That's all I'm gonna say. Here's my award winner. Here's my award winner right here. This is basically me drawing out a whole bunch of cartoon characters. Scooby-Doo, Cow and Chicken, Dexter's Lab, Curious George, Rugrats, Smurfs, Pinky and the Brain, Grimm, Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Ed and Nettie. Here we just got something kind of explaining the history of how phones have changed. The tin can with the string. This kind of phone where you crank it, I guess. I think this is called the candlestick phone. This is a rotary phone. This, children, is a rotary phone. Then they got that one with buttons. Then they got... I guess I added the iPods afterward. You got the big brick phone, and the flip phone, then the... I don't remember what those are called. Then you have the iPhone. Then you have, the iPhone 10. I think this is around the time that they got rid of the home button. So, that explains it. So yeah, here we have a really old drawing of me doing Scrat from Ice Age. He looks gorgeous, doesn't he? So this was for the longest time. This picture was hanging up like behind my door in my bedroom. This is a drawing that my sister did for me, I think. I don't know how old either of us were, and then I had to put Angry Bird stickers on it. I don't know why. I guess I won them in like one of those like candy machines where you put a quarter in, and I didn't really know where else to put them, so I just put them on this drawing on my door. So yeah. And next we have, oh, that's it.